The Canadian TSX outruns US Wall Street because of better earning growth prospects as the global economy rebounds from pandemic shutdowns. Let me share my perspective about what is going on in the stock market, some basic reasons behind it, effect of increasing Canadian debt, and at the end, how you and me can benefit from this bull run. Hi, my name is Sunny and I make videos that affect a common man financially. A quick smash on the like button will help me with the YouTube algorithm and it will be highly appreciated. Canada's main stock market index, the TSX, is on the rise as the investors are optimistic about the eventual economic recovery from coronavirus, where more and more countries are scaling back their lockdown measures as the vaccines are ramping up. There are signs that Japan, along with areas in Europe and the United States, are lifting shutdown measures gradually. The energy sector rose as the crude price globally is on the rise, while financial and industrial sectors are also showing a promise these days. The Canadian economy is broadly natural resource and financial based. Therefore, the uptick in these sectors is considered as the reason behind TSX and the Canadian dollar to give a very strong performance in the months to come. Canada's energy sector experts are saying that they can foresee a good few months of growth ahead. That might prove to be a huge positive, as until recently it was out of favor with portfolio investors because of the cyclical downtrend. There can be many possible reasons why TSX is on the bull run, but two major ones are: number one, confidence amongst portfolio managers. These money managers invest other people's big money professionally. Their confidence is rising as there are bright prospects that the earning of major Canadian stocks will rise because of the coming demand. For basic financial analysis of any stock, the future earning potential is a very important metric based on which any analyst will put a price to a stock. With the uptick in the economic activity, there are prospects that the commodities will be in high demand. Canada, being a commodity and a natural resource exporter, is bound to reap the benefits of this demand surge. That is exactly the reason why investors and analysts are comfortable with putting a relatively high price to earning ratio to a good Canadian stock. Number two, foreign inflows. There is a saying that money flows where the growth is. Investors and money managers are always looking for the next place where they can make a decent return on their money employed. When they see a potential in money making along with clear data from Stats Canada, the next thing you notice is the increase in money inflows into Canadian markets. That might be the reason why they are willing to pay higher price to earning ratio as compared to other markets around the world. In my humble opinion, the market is pricing earning growth which will drive the majority of TSX going forward. The price to earning multiple for TSX is around 13, which hasn't changed much since the start of the year, whereas for S&P 500, it is much higher at about 22 times, which shows it has got richer valuations. Thus, TSX has got more room to grow comparatively before its valuations become rich, therefore the money inflows. If there is one thing that can have an adverse impact on the bull run on the Canadian stock market, it is the rapidly increasing government debt. Even before the pandemic, the combined federal and the provincial Canadian total debt was about $1.4 trillion. Because of the pandemic shutdowns, the government borrowed money to spend on social programs, supporting people and businesses with financial aid through these tough times. The goal was to give stimulus to the economy, which has to shut down suddenly as people's health was more important than anything else. We all know there is no free lunch in this world, so we may not feel the pinch yet as the interest rates remain ultra low. That makes the borrowing cost of this expanding debt relatively small. But the fact remains that the interest rates are not going to remain low for a very long time, as was indicated by Bank of Canada, who has taken a very hawkish view on the interest rates. As and when that time comes, increased interest rates will put an upward pressure on public finances. It also raises a moral question on too much public debt. Is it fair on our part that we leave too much debt for our future generations because this has to be paid back finally? The governments can pay back only in two ways. First, by increasing taxes, or secondly, a silent way is by printing more money and creating inflation, both of which are going to affect you and me. In nutshell, experts are saying if there is one thing that is going to hurt the growth of Canadian companies and eventually the TSX, it is the rate at which the government is borrowing right now to prop up the economy. It is not that the US government is not borrowing, it being a bigger economy than Canada, thus have got more flexibility to grow out of all this by increasing size of their economy. From an investor's point of view, it makes sense to invest in TSX, which carry more room for growth as compared to the Wall Street. Like the big investors, you and me can also ride this bull run on the TSX. There are a couple of ways depending upon the level of risk and the market knowledge by investing actively or passively in the stock market. Active is by buying stocks, while passive is having exposure to TSX based ETFs or mutual funds. Buying a very well diversified Canada specific ETF with a low expense ratio could be an easy option to start with, which can give you exposure to Canadian stocks. As a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please consult one before investing, as I'm just a common Joe on YouTube making some random videos. This is my take on the topic TSX outruns Wall Street. If you like the content that I make, please help me and my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing to it. Please feel free to write in the comment section about the topic I have touched based on today, and I would urge you to write if you want me to make videos about any specific topic. Thanks for watching. See you next time in the next video on your own channel, Sunny Snippets.